Some days are worse than others out on the water, just like some people found out a couple weeks ago up in Canada when they showed up and discovered that the Theodore II tugboat, a giant replica of a popular character on a CBC children's series, was sinking in the Welland Canal in St. Catherine, Ontario. At this time, it is unknown what the cause of the incident was, but the owner of the Theodore II has issued a statement and told people to rest assured that his company was committed to a safe and successful refloat of the Theodore II and getting this vessel back on the water, just like some of the things we'll witness in this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Mexico, where this was the scene just a few weeks ago, when the cargo ship BBC Iceland wound up colliding with a boardwalk and several other vessels in the port of Veracruz, Mexico, a couple weeks ago. The cause of the collision is being reported as strong winds that wound up hitting the coastal area and causing the vessel to wind up breaking free of its mooring lines and allowing it to drift around the port, eventually making its way to where it wound up colliding with one of the walls in the port of Veracruz seen in the images here. Wind speeds were estimated to have reached over 50 miles an hour during this storm. Fortunately, during this incident, there were no reports of injuries from anybody on board the vessel or any of the dock workers. However, there was some damage reported to several vessels from this incident, such as the one seen in the images here. These are speedboats from the Mexican Navy that happened to be docked in the port at the time of the incident, and as we can see, the large cargo ship is being pushed by the wind back into these vessels. Fortunately, 4 tugboats were eventually called into the scene, and they were actually able to pin the cargo vessel in place and hold it still until the vessel could be remoored down and resecured in the port. Fortunately, during this situation, no major damage occurred to the cargo vessel itself. At this time, the believed cause of the incident is just the weather, but an investigation has been launched to try and determine if there was any other factors that may have caused this vessel to break free. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Istanbul, Turkey, where this was the scene just a few weeks ago when the bulk carrier ship MV Kirin America almost wound up colliding with the shore several weeks back. Eyewitnesses claim they saw the boat coming out of port through the Bosphorus Strait. At one point in time, the vessel made a maneuver in a turn, but slowed its speed. But when it did, the wind and currents from the Bosphorus Strait grabbed the large ship and starting pulling it closer to the shoreline. Fortunately, in this situation, the pilot, the captain, and the crew who were all on board the vessel at the time wound up jumping into action to take evasive maneuvers to try and prevent the ship from hitting the shore. What's absolutely amazing to this one on me is just how deep the strait is right here. This vessel literally comes feet from the shoreline, and you've got to know this vessel has an extremely deep draft, yet somehow the vessel winds up making the maneuver, barely averting the shoreline, and yet somehow stays in deep enough water to continue moving along its course. It really is an incredible scene to watch, this large vessel this close to the shore. Fortunately, there were no injuries reported and no damage reported during this incident as well. Our next story to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Trinidad, where this was the scene just about a week ago when a jack-up oil rig wound up partially collapsing off the coast of Trinidad. The vessel is Rig 110, and it was conducting drilling at a site at the Heritage Offshore Eastfield when part of the deck wound up collapsing with 75 people on board at the time of the incident. Crews quickly jumped into action to get support vessels in the area to go ahead and pull all 75 people off of the oil rig. Unfortunately, at the time of the incident, one of the crew members was reported missing, and at the time of making this, it's still not been announced whether that crew member has been found. The company that owns the oil rig has sent up an incident command center at a marine base nearby, staffing it with 25 people, and they've also dispatched divers to the scene to go ahead and examine the wreckage and try and determine what needs to be done to fix the oil rig. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.